Hey everyone, I'm Jason, and this is your commentary on Leviticus chapter 24. This chapter is all about being in the presence of the Lord. It's actually a short chapter, broken down in just two sections, in front of the mercy seat and in front of the judgment seat. The Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites to bring you clear oil made from pressed olives. Use it to keep the lamps burning and giving light all the time. Aaron must take care of the lamps in front of the Lord from evening until morning all the time. This is a law that will last for all time to come. The lamps are outside the curtain in front of the tablets of the covenant law in the tent of meeting. The lamps are on the pure gold lampstand in front of the Lord. They must be taken care of all the time. Get the finest flour and bake 12 loaves of bread. Use 7 pounds of flour for each loaf. Arrange them in 2 stacks. Put 6 loaves in each stack on the table made out of pure gold. The table stands in front of the Lord. By each stack, put some pure incense. It will remind you that all good things come from the Lord. Burn the incense in place of the bread. The incense is a food offering presented to the Lord. The bread must be set out in front of the Lord regularly. Do it every Sabbath day. It will be Israel's duty to provide it for all time to come. The bread belongs to Aaron and his sons. They must eat it in the holy area. It is a very holy part of their regular share of the food offerings presented to the Lord." So we have a scene set for us. It's one of intimacy and of comfort. It says that all good things come from the Lord, and He is there in the midst. We have the lamp that's lit all the time, and that shows that the high priest brings light, that he brings vision and understanding. We also see 12 loaves set out on this table, and the 12 loaves represented the 12 tribes of Israel. They were supposed to be the priest's portion. This scene shows us that the 12 tribes are always before God. He sees them, He knows them, He cares for them, and He wants to provide for them. This is a sharp contrast with what's outside the tent of meeting. There was a man who had an Israelite mother. His father was born in Egypt. The man went out among the Israelites. A fight broke out in the camp between him and an Israelite. The son of the Israelite woman spoke evil things against the Lord by using a curse. So the people brought him to Moses. The name of the man's mother was Shelomith. She was the daughter of Dibri. Dibri was from the tribe of Dan. The people kept her son under guard until they could find out what the Lord wanted them to do. Then the Lord spoke to Moses. He said, "Get the man who spoke evil things against the Lord. Take him outside the camp. All those who heard him say those things must place their hands on his head. Then the whole community must kill him by throwing stones at him. Say to the Israelites, 'Anyone who curses me will be held accountable. Anyone who speaks evil things against my name must be put to death. The whole community must kill them by throwing stones at them. It does not matter whether they are an outsider or an Israelite. When they speak evil things against my name, they must be put to death. Anyone who kills another human being must be put to death. Anyone who kills someone's animal must pay its owner. A life must be taken for a life. Suppose someone hurts their neighbor, then what they have done must be done to them. A bone must be broken for a bone. An eye must be put out for an eye. A tooth must be knocked out for a tooth. The one who has hurt his neighbor must be hurt in the same way. Whoever kills an animal must pay its owner, but if they kill a human being, they must be put to death. The same law applies whether they are an outsider or an Israelite. I am the Lord your God." Then Moses spoke to the Israelites. They got the man who had spoken evil things against the Lord. They took him outside the camp. There they killed him by throwing stones at him. The Israelites did just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Outside the tent of meeting, in the camp, is where this man was found. And it says that his mother was an Israelite and his father was an Egyptian. Back then, if your mother was an Israelite, then you were considered an Israelite as well. But this man was an Israelite by birth only, not by belief. God's setting forth a judicial system here, where if you hurt someone else, you get hurt in exactly the same way. This actually serves two purposes. One, to make sure that the victim is actually compensated for what they lost. And 2, to make sure that the punishment fits the crime. It's supposed to be whatever you take from someone else, that's what you lose. Jesus actually expounds upon this in the New Testament when he says, if you call somebody a fool or you hate them, it's the same as murdering them in your heart. To attack somebody's name is the same as attacking their character. And this is why the Bible is so quick to point out the sin of gossip. We may think, oh, I'm a good person because I don't kill anyone, I don't steal anything. But if we don't control our tongue and how we talk about other people, it could be doing irrevocable damage to them. The entire Bible is about the Messiah. It's about Jesus. And this chapter is no different. It starts by showing us in the tent of meeting how God's people are forever before him. He sees them clearly. He knows them. And they are a pleasing offering before him. This is important to remember because underneath Assyrian captivity, the 12 tribes were split, 9 of them to never return. The 3 others, Judah, Benjamin, and part of Levi, were able to come back from Babylonian captivity for over 400 years. But in 70 AD was the destruction of the temple, and with it, all of their genealogies. The only evidence that we have of someone's lineage is found in Scripture. The Israelites, after 70 AD, were split and largely lost to history. And yet, to this day, God knows his people, Gentiles included. God sees his people clearly as an eternal offering before him, through his high priest, Jesus. This is a sharp contrast to those who are not in front of the mercy seat. There are those who are in the camp. Maybe they believe they are saved because their grandparents were or their parents were. Maybe they realize that they're not saved and don't care. They too will stand in God's presence. Everyone will. We all get to choose whether we stand in God's presence at the mercy seat or the judgment seat. It's best not to wait, so choose today. Well, that's it for our commentary on Leviticus chapter 24. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.